Hello and welcome to another edition of Cobra Corner. I'm joined here by men's soccer coach here at Parkland College, Mark Sakura. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so a good start to the season, 7-0-3 through your first 10 games, number 9 in the NJCAA. So tell me about what you've seen so far this season with your team.
It's pretty much a new team. You know, we only had 5 players from last year's group back. So, you know, with the team in 19, we have a lot of new guys and a little curious at the beginning of how we would come together. Good players we knew, but you know, how would the team chemistry work? They worked hard for each other. They have a good time, so I think that kind of shows in our results.
Okay. Yeah, I saw your roster. What is it? You said 5 sophomores, 13 freshmen.
Right.
So what kind of challenge does that bring to you as a coach?
You know, the same stuff normally about getting guys from different places to be able to play together, come together quickly. Getting the freshmen up to speed about, you know, the style of play and the pace and stuff like that. And then also when, you know, classes start, how are you going to be able to juggle all these things? But the 5 guys that are back, the sophomores, have been great, you know, role models, mentors, kind of walking guys through the process, making that transition a little bit easier.
Okay, so your 8th year here at Parkland, I'm sure you've had rosters, you know, lots of sophomores, lots of freshmen, kind of a balance. Is there a preference that you have as a coach as how you'd want that to be? Or?
Well, when the season's going, no. I mean, you just want the results with whatever guys that you have. And the next question becomes, you know, how do you set yourself up for the next year? You normally don't like that to be stacked on one end or the other. So for next year, you know, we'll have 13, we think, 14 guys coming back. You know, some might transfer on early, others, you know, who knows. But you know, we want to try to keep it balanced, so I don't feel like I have to recruit, you know, another 15 every 2 years. So, but you know, while we're going, you know, by now these guys aren't really freshmen anymore, and we're just looking for, you know, the results and are they working hard, and you know, we'll deal with the rest of that once the season's over.
Okay, so we said you're 7-0-3 and you're 2-0-1 in Region 24 in the MWAC. Got like 6 contests left in the season before you reach kind of postseason play. So what are you hoping to accomplish in those last 6?
Well, we try to keep it even keel throughout. You know, from day 1 to now, it's like every day, every practice, every game, we're trying to get better. I'm trying to get the guys to not focus on results, which is not an easy thing. You know, they're always looking at the polls and they're looking at where they stand versus other teams. But I try to tell them, as soon as you start doing that, you lose you know, how we got here. So for each game, you know, we kind of take it as this is our next opponent. This is what we have to pay attention to. Let's focus on what we have to do to get better. You know, the results eventually will, you know, work themselves out.
All right, okay. Back to the roster a little bit. You said you had those sophomores that were playing a key part. Let's talk about those sophomores a little bit.
Yeah, so, you know, we kind of had a major exodus from last year. Some guys by, you know, our decision as a coaching staff, others by their own decision to transfer, you know, grades or whatever. But I felt like the guys who have stuck through it, you know, did it for the right reasons, and that's exactly why I felt they were you know, responsible. They were leaders. They were the guys that we wanted to, you know, keep here. You know, and they've been, you know, gracious enough to, you know, even if they're not captains per se, but to explain to the freshmen and really be role models for them, whether it becomes studying, how to prepare their bodies for practice, for games and stuff like that. And they kind of work together, just divide themselves up amongst the group. You know, so for our freshmen, who relatively were already responsible as it is, but to how to navigate this whole process, those 5 have been fantastic.
Yeah, great. And then what about some of the newcomers? And who are some of the key freshmen that have been contributing this year?
Well, like normal. I mean, you've got the international thing. We still have a few international guys on our team, and from a playing standpoint, they're doing exactly what we thought they were going to be able to do, and so you know, we've got a couple guys from Danville who are really stepping up as well. You know, again, our freshman class is typically from all over, and guys are pitching in. You know, we got guys from Central here in town, and we've gone out as far as, you know, 2 kids from England, 1 from Australia, 1 from Venezuela. So, you know, the freshmen have learned pretty quickly. They're all, you know, wonderful players in their own right. It's just a matter of, you know, are they going to be able to be consistent enough to perform, you know, every practice, every game. And for the most part, they've been doing it. You know, the injuries have been popping up here and there, but I've been feeling really good about the fact that one guy will step up when another guy's not having a good game. You know, if and ever we ever get a whole, group of them not doing well, we're going to be in trouble. But up to this point, that hasn't been the case.
Okay. We've talked about your record already, but you do have the 3 ties, and we were actually out there. The class was out there. We did the ICC game that you just tied recently. What do you tell your team after a tie? Because you're always kind of like, oh, nobody likes to tie, but what do you take from a tie, and what do you tell your team after something like that?
Well, that one was tough, partly because we had more than likely a pretty good chance of winning. So as things shake out in the region or beyond. And I don't want to ever look back and say, man, what if,
Sure.
Now, on the plus side, a lot of other times maybe teams would have folded. I mean, we went down 3 times that game and came back 3 times, and even to a point where we probably could have won it at the end. So we tried to take as many positive things out of it. I tried not to get too negative. I mean, they played, they understood, and it was a good learning tool for them to understand how, razor thin this competition level is in our region. We video all of our games, and so oftentimes I always say the game is the best explainer to these guys. We can talk to we're blue in the face and they're like, that's just what coaches always say. But you show them the video and say, look, this is exactly what we were trying to say, and it works out. So they've been studying that video. They say you want to learn lessons when you lose. Well, I mean, we learned a lot of lessons that game when we tied. And so hopefully that carries on through. And, we played a tight match and came out okay. We didn't win, which, we would have loved to, but we still came out okay.
Okay. So obviously your goal is always to reach nationals, but what do you think your team is going to need to do to be playing in late November?
Well, I said to him last week, it's like there's no such thing as luck. You just kind of make the situation. I don't want to ever say that we got there because of the bounce one way or the other. We always want to try to create the possibility. Whether or not we get there, who knows? A lot of things have to line up, properly. I hope they believe what we as a coaching staff believe is that they have the talent to get it done, but don't fast forward until the end.
Right.
Just keep grinding, and oftentimes things lead into each other. So you finish well in the region, you get a higher seed. You get a higher seed, you don't have to drive to, where is it, Lewis and Clark, 4 hours away. And you don't have to do that. It's a little more comfortable in between games. So everything matters. And sometimes it's not necessarily about how we're practicing or whatever, but it's just to stay focused on the little things, just to give us the best possible chance to be successful.
Okay. Before we came on, we were talking a little bit about, you said you had some players doing some off-the-field stuff.
Yeah. Certainly as players, they are a part of anything we do as the program level.
Of course.
And so, they were really instrumental in helping out in creation or, the maintenance of the Kick for the Cure over Labor Day weekend.
Is that the 3rd year now?
Yeah, 3rd year. We've done that. We raised roughly pre-expense, I guess, about $3,500, which was the most we've raised up to this point. And then I usually try to have them, work with some local schools. College athletes are seen, I don't want to say as heroes, but certainly, people that the kids look up to. So
Sure.
A couple of them volunteered at a local grade school, just kind of, kicked around with the kids and, got them excited about maybe coming out to some of our games. So we work with different groups like that. I try to explain to them that you're more than just, a player. You've got to represent the program, represent your families. And a good way to do that is just to be around for kids, because you never know.
Right.
That could be a huge difference maker for these kids. And so, you might come from far away, but you're still a member of this community. And so, we want to certainly, highlight that and get out and be in the community.
All right, great. Well, thanks a lot for being on the show, and good luck with the rest of your season.
Sure, thanks.
All right. When we come back, we'll have women's soccer coach Josh Alford.
Hey, Allison and Dylan, what if I told you you could get a head start on college before you graduated high school and for little to no cost.
Well, I'd ask you what the catch is.
Yeah, how can I take college courses if I haven't even finished high school yet?
That's easy. You simply enroll in dual credit courses at Parkland College.
But won't that be expensive?
Yeah, will all the credits transfer?
Well, most four-year universities accept these credits, and you're actually saving money. Many times the high school will even cover the cost of the course.
I'm sorry, did I overhear you guys correctly? Did you just say that you could take college courses without paying college tuition?
Yeah, all we pay for is the course and the textbook, and we can earn college credit towards getting our degree.
You guys are catching on. The credit works toward a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, and even toward career certificate programs.
I like the sound of this.
I don't know, this all sounds great, but I already have a busy schedule and I won't have time to drive to classes.
You won't have to. Parkland offers a number of dual credit courses online, in addition to the on-campus courses. Some of the courses are even taught in your high school.
You mean to say that one of the high school classes I'm taking right now could work as a dual credit course as well?
Yes, you should talk to the school counselor to see which classes are offered as dual credit in our school. Then all you need to do is apply to Parkland, and once you're accepted, fill out the application to the dual credit program. You'll need the signature of your parents and advisor for this.
That sounds easy enough, but are there any requirements to being eligible for dual credit?
Yes, you must be a junior or senior in high school, age 16 or above, in order to be eligible for dual credit courses. You can print an application online or visit Parkland's admissions office to pick one up.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to see the counselor right now.
Yeah, I don't want to miss out on this opportunity.
Me neither.
Get the ball rolling to a new career with an Eastern Illinois University degree at Parkland College.
Parkland and Eastern really made it work for me.
Now I'm taking Eastern classes on Parkland's campus. I'm working on my bachelor's degree from Eastern without commuting.
Thanks to Parkland and Eastern, I'm reaching my goals.
For more on Eastern at Parkland, call 217-351-2543.
Welcome back to Cobra Corner. I'm joined now by women's soccer coach here at Parkland College, Josh Alford. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so things going pretty well this season. You have an 8-3 record, but let's talk about, I think you lost like 3 of your first 5 contests. Let's talk about how the season started off a little rocky for you.
So we'll start with the negative a little
bit.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, great.
Finish
yeah,
positive.
you know, we started off our first games in Minnesota and faced 2 of the top teams in the nation, you know, ranked, I believe now 3rd and maybe 7. So it was a great test for our girls, especially the freshmen coming in, you know, for them to get a flavor for, you know, what it's going to be like to play in college. So it was a little rough, but, you know, we lost only by a goal each, so we felt like we did pretty good, and we're building on that.
All right, great. So you're obviously, you know, they're ranked opponents, but you're competing with them pretty much.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we felt like we're right in every game. It's just, you know, one of those things that things don't go for you, and so we worked on some things, and hopefully next time, if we get a chance, hopefully we can come away with the win.
All right, great.
Yeah.
So right now you guys have won 5 in a row, 7 of your last 8.
Yeah.
We've actually been out there and covered a couple of your last games, but you guys have been putting the ball in the net a lot lately.
Yeah, you know, we get the girls pumped up to play. We go in with the game plan, and we just, all I ask for is the girls just work their tails off and do the best they can. That's what they've been putting out there on the field.
All right, so you talked a little bit about your roster. It was 12 freshmen and 8 sophomores. That's a pretty good balanced roster.
Yeah, it's nice. We had a good core group of girls coming back, and then, you know, with my assistants, myself, we did a good job recruiting, and you know, we get that balance like that. We don't always have to be in panic mode for the following year. So yeah, we've done a pretty good job of that.
Sure. I'm talking about recruiting. We were talking a little bit before the show.
Yeah.
You had some players that went on to 4-year schools.
Yeah, I mean, out of the 6 sophomores, we had all of them continue to play their soccer at a higher division. We had one girl that decided just to do academics. But yeah, from NAIA to D3 to Division I and D2. So the whole range we got girls that transferred into this past year. So.
And that's got to be good for recruiting for when you go out and be able to say we've got players that are moving on to 4-year schools.
Yeah, absolutely. That helps out a lot because then you get those girls that buy into the program and know that they have a future after Parkland, especially in their soccer, not just in their academics.
Sure. So we said 8-3. You got 6 games left until you start postseason. What are you hoping to find out in those last 6 games?
Yeah, I mean, just to make sure that we're getting better, and we just want to make sure that we're organized and that we can make a good push when that time comes.
Right. You're 3-1 in Region 24 this year. You said that it's a little bit down this year than in previous years.
Yeah, I think, Region 24 is not as high as it used to, but I think that'll change real quick. And we're realistic about that. So, this weekend we get to go to Michigan and play Schoolcraft in Jackson, and, Schoolcraft is ranked, and Jackson is playing very, very well. So, that's, again, going to give us a nice little taste for what we can do or some.
Right. And each region's a little bit different. So does just one school from the region advance, or does two schools in soccer?
Basically just one. You get to your regional, everybody gets seated in the regional tournament, and then only one makes it out. And then district, and then the winner of the district game goes on to national. Right.
So what you got left on your schedule, how many Region 24 games do you have?
I believe, they put me in a spot.
Yeah,
Lincoln, Heartland, and I believe that's it.
Okay, so you still have a little bit of seeding to be determined then.
Yeah, and some of the other schools still have a couple more games than that. But yeah, there's still some key games that'll still where we're gonna fall for our seeding key games.
Okay, so in these last 6 games and kind of the rest of the season, what do you think your team is going to need to do to get to where you guys want to be?
Really, I think it's just staying focused and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. We don't want to talk about nationals and this and that. We always want to focus on the next game, but we need to always stay focused on the now, so then we can be right there at the end. So really the thing is keep maturing, staying focused on the goal, and hopefully we take care of every game and we can get as far as we can.
All right. And how many years you been here at Parkland now?
This is going to my 5th season, so about 4.5 years.
Okay, and I'm sure every season's different than the last, right?
Oh yeah, every season there's new challenges, and every team, every girl's a little bit different, so it's always fun coaching. So yeah.
All right, and then let's just kind of talk a little bit about your coaching staff who you have helping you out.
Yeah, I have Chris Jackson. He's a brand new assistant of mine, a volunteer assistant. He's my goalkeeping coach, and he's been phenomenal working with our goalkeepers all year. It's been a huge addition to the program. Then I have my assistant, second year now, Jonathan Hines, and he's a local guy from Centennial, played at Eastern, now here. So really, really fortunate to have him on the staff. And then again, just along with the athletic department that supports us, it's just an awesome program to be a part of.
All right, great. And you may not know much about this, but it just kind of popped in my head. I see that they're going to be building a new soccer field for you guys. Do you know when that's going to be completed and when you guys will be able to start using that facility?
My understanding is, August of 2014, and then the 2014 season we'll be able to use it. And let me tell you, that's huge for our program recruiting, and I think it's just huge for the athletic department too, to always be pushing to get new facilities and something like that. And this year we benefited from that. We had the basketball gym brand new, and now we're getting some love on the soccer field, and it's beautiful. It's going to have irrigation systems or sprinkler, everything. It's going to be nice. So we're really, really, really excited.
That's great. That's great. Thanks for being on the show, and good luck with the rest of your season.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.